Hello everybody, welcome to the next game in the NBC 1975 Inside Pitch NBC Game of the Week. This is a pre-recorded version since I will not be home on Saturday, so I'm pre-recording this. This game was played on September the 6th, 1975 between Milwaukee and Boston. Starting pitchers will be two left-handers, Roger Moret of the Red Sox and Bill Travers of the Brew Crew. There you see the starting lineups and the benches and the bullpens. And I've gone back to the old setup for this game to see how I like it. I like the other one better, but we'll try this one out just once to see what happens. I do have this little cheat sheet for the base runners, but I don't have any place to put it where you can see on the phone, so I'm going to have it off to the side. When a running play or a throw from the outfield is required, I will bring it back into view. But right now, this is just going to be off camera because I just plain and simple don't have room for it. Not to fit everything else in that I need. So here are the standings in the American and National League in 1975. And Boston is trailing the first place Yankees by 2 games with 23 games to go, or actually 24 games to go. They played 138. So they have 24 games to go, assuming they have played 162. This is saying 23, so it's possible that one of their games didn't get made up. I don't know. But anyway, they're 2 games back of the Yankees. Only 1 game back in the loss column. So Milwaukee definitely out of it, but there were no good matchups of 2 contending teams in today's action on September the 6th. So that's what I decided to go with, is the Boston and Milwaukee matchup. See if the Red Sox can catch up to the Yankees and stay pace with them, and they've got to also have to jump Baltimore at the same time. Now the Yankees are playing Baltimore on this date, but we just had the Yankees last week, so I really didn't want to do the Yankees back-to-back. Get a little overkill on the Yankees, particularly since I'm doing the Yankees on the 2022 payoff pitch replay. Really want to kind of limit that exposure. All right, in the National League, Cincinnati's already got it wrapped up, but Philadelphia and Pittsburgh within 2 games of each other, and don't sleep on the Cardinals. They're only 5 back, so they still have a chance. American League West is a 2-team race, Kansas City and Oakland, fighting it out for that particular division title. All right, like I said, this is pre-recorded, but I am doing it as a premiere so that you guys can chat amongst yourselves. I may or may not be available to watch this as it's being played on YouTube, so I may or may not be there to comment. I don't know, or if I am, I might be popping in intermittently, so anything is liable to happen. Actually, you know what? I can put, I think I put County Stadium right there and put this here after all. So, but then no, let me change that around. County Stadium, I'll put it back the way it was because I think the top of it gets cut off up there. So I'll put my little base running thing up. Now, you know what? It's such a distraction. I'm going to keep it to the side. I'll bring it up when I need it. How about that? Okay. We have our charts together. We have our dice, Milwaukee Brewer colored dice, since the Brewers are the home team. And since there's a lefty on the mound for Milwaukee, you see a lot of tough left-handed hitters for the Yankees on the bench. Yastrzemski, Lynn, Carbo, Doyle, and Miller all on the bench as left-handers. So, and they've even got backup catcher Montgomery as the DH. So, interesting setup there for Darryl Johnson and the Red Sox, but that's what they chose to do in this particular game. Of course, once we get to the 7th inning, then it's a free-for-all in substitutions. So, Bill Travers will be facing Juan Beniquez. We get a 4-5, and that's a possible error. We go to Beniquez's card. And we get a 1-2, which is a star 3. That's a fly to center. That's a 16. There will be no error as it's hauled in out there by the center fielder, Bill Sharp, for out number 1. So Sharp was pretty sharp on that one. And when Sharp's in the outfield, you never have a dull moment. All right, here's Rick Burleson. 6'5", strikeout chance 11 is going to be too high for that. Burleson, 5'3", it's a fly to center, and Sharp is there again. Boy, he's right there when they need him. 2 consecutive flyouts to center field, and here's Dewey Evans. Travers 6-3. That's a walk plus, and so Dwight Evans will draw the 2-out walk. 2-out walk to Evans. His attempt is just a 1, so nothing happening on that. And that'll bring up Jim Rice. Travers 5-2. That's against a righty. That's a walk chance. 11. He only walks at a 6. So Stadium only adds 1. So 7 is not going to be enough. But he'll swing. Rice 4-2 as a star 3. And again, Sharp made the play again. Bill Sharp made all 3 putouts in center field. And that's going to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the first from County Stadium in Milwaukee. And it is the Red Sox nothing and the Brewers coming to bat. And for the Red Sox, it is Roger Moret. They've got him Rogelio Moret, but he's more commonly known as Roger Moret. And Don Money will be leading things off for the Brew Crew, followed by Charlie Moore and George Scott. Moret 6-4, and against that's a walk chance. That's a 9. Against the left, he only walks at a 6. Stadium adds 1 as a 7, but that's too high. Go to Money. 4-3, and that's a single pass third base for Don Money. So Don Money was on the money. Exact change, and he gets a single to start the bottom of the first. His attempt is a 3. That's a 1, so Money has a chance. 9, but a -2 from Moret makes him a 7. Fisk is a 0. 1-7. I don't think they want to take that chance on a 1-7, so they will call off the steal. And they'll just have Moret pitch to Moore. 2-4. Home run question mark against a right-hander. It's a 1-10. That's a 13. It fails. So Moore cannot go deep, but he will swing. 1-4, and against a left-hander, that's a single pass third base on that split. So Money will take second. He does not have enough speed on an S5. You have to have a 6 to get to third base, so he doesn't have that. But it will be, whoops, wrong card. It will be first and second with nobody out for the boomer, George Scott, and Moret in early trouble. Red Sox have 5 in the bullpen. Strategy roll, make sure there's no pickoff, and there's not. Here's George Scott. Moret, 5-6, possible error. Go to Moret. 1-4, question mark 9 against a lefty goes to 11. That's a 13. Would have been a home run against a righty, but against a lefty, that is going to simply be a fly out to right field. But there is a possible error, so we got to re-roll for the right fielder error rating. Right fielder in this case is Dewey Evans. His error rating checks in at a 5. So this has to be a 5 or less, and it still has to be an odd number. It is not. So Dewey Evans will make the catch for out number 1. Question is, can the runners tag? Well, Dewey Evans has a -2 arm. Money's a 3. That's a total of 1, and then they go from second to third on a fly to right. You lose another one, so that makes him a 0. So Money cannot advance because of the strong arm of Dewey Evans. So 1 away for Hammer and Hank. Moret 1, but Money's not going to try to steal third base. So Moret 2-1. That's a walk plus to Hank Aaron, and that will load the bases. Bases are full of Brewers for Sixto Lescano. Still only 1 out. Infield is going to play for the double play to try to get out of the inning. He does hit into a share of double plays. He's got a 3 there, halfway make him a 4. And then depending on the pivot, it could go up or down from that. Griffin's a 0, Burleson's a 0. So it would be a 4 on a double play. Double play chance would be a 4. First, we'll check for strategy roll. 20, that means it's a pickoff chance 1-4. That's a 3. They pick him off, so they're going to pick off. Boy, who do you pick off in this case? Do they have it where, to me, it's a pitcher pickoff, not a catcher pickoff. So I'm going to default and say they snuck behind Hank Aaron and picked him off. So Hank Aaron is out of there on the pickoff. It's going to go 1-3 on the pickoff. And that will turn things around now with 2 outs. The infield can go back to normal. Moret now to Sixto Lezcano. 5-2, and that's a potential wild pitch. That's a 1. It will be a wild pitch. The run will score. And you can question whether I should have picked off Money or not instead of Hank Aaron. But when the situation's like that, I tend to go for the guy at first base who might be sleeping. So that's the reason why I did that. Right or wrong, that's just how it worked out. So the wild pitch will score Don Money. Moret uncorks one with the wild pitch. And again, I know it's going to be controversial because I didn't pick off the guy on third. And in that case, if I had, there'd be runners at second and third, and no run would be in. So we'll see. Nothing happened on the strategy. If Sixto Lezcano hits a double or something, it's going to become a moot point. 6-5 is a blank. We go to Sixto. 4-3, it's a question mark. 9 goes up to 10, but that's an 18, so it's just a fly to right to end the inning. And the Brew Crew do score the run, which they wouldn't have had to pick off at third rather than at first. But like I said, I had to make a decision, and that's just what I decided to go with. So for the Brewers, in the first inning, they get a run. They do it on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left. So at the end of 1, it is 1-0 Milwaukee. And Boston fans are probably not too happy right now. But there's 8 innings remaining. Here's Carlton Fisk. 3-5, that's a blank. We go to Carlton Fisk. 3-4, it's grounder back to the pitcher Travers. Easy put out, 1 away. Here is Rico Petrocelli. 1-2, that's a walk chance. And he walks at a 13. Plus 1 is a 14, but that's a 15. So no walk. But he'll swing. 2-1, fly to right field. That is out number 2. Put away by Lezcano. 2 up and 2 down for Doug Griffin, second baseman. Travers, 5-4 is a blank. Griffin, 3-2. That's a fly to right again. Lezcano's going to put it away. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Red Sox. Nothing doing in the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Still 1-0 Brew Crew from County Stadium. And leading things off for the Brewers will be Darryl Porter, the catcher, followed by Garcia and Yount. Moret, 6-6 strikeout chance. He got him. Didn't matter if that's a 1 or a 6. It's kind of in between, but it doesn't matter with that number there. Porter will exit with a strikeout. So 1 down. And that'll send up Pedro Garcia. (2-6), and that is the ballpark card going to County Stadium for the first time. 4-5, and that is a fly to left, so 2 down. As Rice puts it away, 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Robin Yount. (3-3) range play. 5-5. That is a fly out to center field against a lefty, but it's a range check. Center fielder in this case is Beniquez, and Beniquez's range checks in center field as a 3. He's a 5 in the corner outfielder, is only a 3 in center. So big difference there. 1-3, he makes the catch. He does, so it doesn't matter. He makes the running catch anyway and robs Robin Yount of a base hit. So the Brewers go 1-2-3 in their half of the second. After 2 complete from the stadium, it is still 1-0 favor of the Brew Crew. Coming up for the Red Sox, it will be the designated hitter, Bob Montgomery. Again, strange choice for a DH, but that's where they wanted to go with it. 2-4, and that's a strikeout chance. 11 will get him. So one away. Brings up Cooper, Cecil Cooper. Travers, 6-6 is a walk chance, and that's a 1, so Cecil Cooper will draw the base on balls. Second walk issued by Travers. Cooper, attempt of 1. But nothing happening. Back to the top of the order for Juan Beniquez. 4-5, that's a possible error. Beniquez, 6-3, and that is against a lefty. That's a double to left field. Double to left. There will be no error because of the 15 there, but it is a double to left. So we'll bring in the running chart on a double to left for Milwaukee, and the factor is a 0 to score from first. So Cooper has a 2. So 1-2, he will score from first base and tie the game. He does. So Cecil Cooper, and since that's a 1, Beniquez has a chance to take third on the throw if he gets a 4 or less. He does, so he will take third base. Wait a minute, I'm trying to see if that runner... Let's see something here. Second dice roll. Okay, so the roll has to be higher than his BR. It was not. It was the same, so he does advance. At least that's the way I'm reading it. Hopefully that's the way it's supposed to be read. He will take third on the throw. Scoring is Cooper, and we're tied at 1 apiece on the RBI double from Juan Beniquez. And with 1 out, the infield for Milwaukee will come in. Burleson. Nothing on the strategy. Travers, 3-5, and that is a blank. We go to Burleson's card. 2-1 for Burleson. That's a liner right to third. This is very much a potential double play with a runner on third and the liner to third. Well, it says it's only a 3, so it has to be a 3 to be a double play. It is not, so he gets back in time, but there are 2 outs. I guess it's not as easy as I thought because usually third base... Well, the infield was in, though, so he would be kind of close, but I guess Beniquez was close to the bag, however you want to look at it. Either way, he was able to get back before the third baseman, Don Money, was able to double him off. So 2 down, and that'll bring up Dewey Evans. Nothing on the strategy. Travers, 5-2. That's a walk chance, and it will be a walk with a 1 there. So Dewey Evans has walked for the second time in this game. Third walk issued by Travers. Nothing doing there, and he's got to deal with Jim Rice. Travers, 6-1, strikeout chance too high. Go to Rice. 1-3 is a fly to right, and that's going to end the inning. So for the Red Sox, they do get a run on a hit, no errors, and 2 left. So we go to the bottom of the third. We are tied at 1 apiece. So Red Sox get 1, but they probably feel like they should have got more. But that's just the way that goes. So now here comes Bill Sharp. He made those 3 putouts in the first inning from center field. And now he gets a chance to hit against Roger Moret. 1-5 is a walk chance, 17 too high. Go to Sharp. 6-6, that's a single past first base, so Bill Sharp putting on a show. Leadoff single as he sneaks it past Cooper. A leadoff single for Sharp. Let's check his attempt as a 1. Nothing happening. Don Money could do a hit and run, but I think we're going to let Money swing away. Moret, 2-5, strikeout 20 is too high. Go to Money. 5-1, it's a fly to right field. Evans will put it away. 1 down, and that's going to bring up Charlie Moore. 1, so he could get a chance to steal, but he has no stolen base. He had no stolen bases on the season. He's got an attempt of 1, but he got no steals on the season. So his number is a 0, so I don't even know why you give him an attempt of 1. That's kind of weird. Maybe he went one time and got caught, so obviously he's not going anywhere because he would not be safe. Don't actually could be if there were pluses here on the pitcher and the catcher, but they combine to a -2, so he'd be automatically out. So Moret will pitch 4-4, and that is going to be a strikeout chance for Charlie Moore. He strikes out only as an 8, though. Stadium takes away 1, makes him a 7. That's a 12, so no strikeout. But Moore will swing. 2-4, star 6 is a fly to left field. Rice puts it away. 2 down. And that will send up the boomer, George Scott. Sharp still at first base. Moret, 3-3, range play. Go to Scott's card for a range check. 2-4, that's a question mark 8 up to an 11. That's a 9. That would be a double to center field, but Beniquez has a chance to take that away. His range is a 3. He already made 1 nice catch with a 3 range. Let's see if he can do it again. He does. So it's the second time in a row that he has taken a hit away, and that took away extra bases and most likely a run. So he most likely saved a run right there, did Juan Beniquez. So he makes a fine running catch to end the inning for the Brewers. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. Completed 3 from County Stadium, and we are all knotted up at a run apiece. And Beniquez has saved Moret's bacon twice now. And we start the top of the 4th with Pudge, Carlton Fisk. Travers, 4-6, automatic out on a star line. And that will be a fly to center, and Mr. Sharp is right there again. 1 down. He's staying sharp in the outfield by making those putouts. Here's Petrocelli. 1-4, ballpark going to County Stadium. And a 3-1 is a single to center field. So Petrocelli gets himself a 1-out single. And he has no attempt. He's a hold there, so nothing going on there. And there's no pickoff chances, so no need for a strategy roll. Travers to Griffin, 1-4. We're back to County Stadium again. 2-5, and that's a double to right field. A double to right field will bring in the running situation. We know Petrocelli at least gets third. See if he can score. With Milwaukee in the outfield, a double to right is a -2. Petrocelli runs at a 1, so he has to hold. He cannot get the extra base. So runners are at second and third with only 1 out. And Bob Montgomery, the DH, is up. The infield is in. No strategy roll needed. 4-5. That is a possible error. Montgomery, 3-6. That's a ground ball to short. That's a 20, so there's no error there. And he runs at a 1 with the infield, and he's a -1, so no chance for Petrocelli to move up. He's got a freeze, and there's 2 away, and it's up to Cecil Cooper to get the run home. Again, strange that they had Montgomery as a DH. Cost him there. Travers, 6-1, strikeout chance 9, got him, and that's going to end the inning. So Bill Travers pitches out of the mess. The double by Griffin could not score the slow-running Petrocelli, and that's going to end the inning for Boston. They come away empty-handed, thinking they should have had at least 1 run, but they did not. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still 1-1 from County Stadium. Moret now will be facing Hammer and Hank to lead off the bottom of the 4th. Aaron walked and was picked off first, controversially, his first time up. 6-1 is a blank. We go to Aaron. 1-2, it's a fly to center, and Beniquez is there, 1 away. That will send up Sixto Lescano. Flew to right, his first chance. 3-5, and that is a possible error on a ground ball. 4-2, and that is a single to second base. Possible errors of 15. Let's check. I think this is one where it's not an error chance, it's a speed chance, if I remember correctly. Yes, it is. There's no error to check. It's simply going to be the base running check. So we're looking at Lezcano. His BR is a 3. Roll 1d6 versus the BR. If the roll is higher, he's out. Otherwise, he's not. So the check is the 3. So if we roll a 4, 5, or 6, he is out. 1, 2, or 3, he is safe. He is safe. 6 to Lezcano. Beats out the infield single. And he's aboard with 1 away for Darryl Porter. His attempt is a 2. Nothing happening. Moret to Porter. 3-5. That's a possible error on a ground ball. Porter. 1-5. That's a fly to center. 2 down. So Porter is out of there for Pedro Garcia. 2-5. Strikeout chance. 8 got him. That's the end of the inning. Nothing doing there for the Brew Crew. They come away empty-handed. The end of 4, we're still 1-1. Still a 1-1 ball game. For the Brewers, no runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. Start the 5th. Still tied at 1. And Juan Beniquez, top of the order for the Red Sox. Just double check my thing here to make sure everything is intact. I think it is. Okay. Travers to Beniquez. He doubled and went to third on a throw. He had an RBI double his last time up for the only Boston run. 5-2 is a potential walk, and he will walk. So Beniquez is aboard again. Leading off the 5th. His attempt is a 4. Can't get the jump, but here comes the Rooster, Rick Burleson, not to be confused with the Red Rooster. 3-5, and that is a range check. The infield is halfway, so they would lose 1 number on their range on a ground ball. Burleson, 4-6, that's a ground ball to second. So it's gone to Pedro Garcia, and Garcia is a 5, but halfway he drops to a 4. So the range play is a 4. And it's a 5, so it gets by him. So the fact they were halfway cost him. And on a S4, to get from first to third, you need a 3 or better. Beniquez is a 4. He will make it easily. So just by having the infield halfway, that cost him the out. But had he made the play, it might have been a potential double play. So that's why you play halfway, to try to turn that double play. But there are risks involved, and they just found it. All right, nobody out. 2-1. Brewers are back for the double play. They need outs. They'll give it the run to get 2 outs if they can do it. Travers, 6-1. Really needs to strike out. He just got 1. So he strikes out Dewey Evans. That was huge. Now a double play will get him out of the inning. But tough customer in Jim Rice, although he does hit into some double plays. Strategy roll, nothing happening for Burleson. Travers, 2-5. That's a range play. Again, they are halfway in the infield. Rice, 3-6. That's a question mark 8 against the lefty. It's out of range. It's a fly to center, but it is a range check for Bill Sharp. He's been sharp all game. Can he be sharp again? That is the big question. Can he be sharp again? His range in center field is a 3. So, huge play here to save a run. Save multiple runs, perhaps. And he can't get it. It's a single or a double. It will be a single. Beniquez will score. Red Sox take the lead. Can Burleson take third? Bring the running chart in once again. Milwaukee in the field. Go from first to third on a single to center. It's a -2. Burleson's a 3, so he needs a 1 to make it. And he does make it. And since he made it, we're checking Jim Rice. If we get a 3 or less, Jim Rice will advance. He does not. He's got to hold it first. But Burleson will take third on the single. RBI single for Jim Rice, and the Red Sox take a 2-1 lead and keep the pressure on the Brew Crew As now Pudge Fisk is up. Still looking for the double play are the Brewers. Travers to Fisk. 1-3. That's a strikeout chance. That they could certainly use that. That's out number 2. And now just a standard out will get him out of the inning. But they've got to get by Rico Petrocelli. Nothing on the strategy. Travers, 4-1, strikeout chance, 9. Got him. He's a 10. -1 makes it a 9. That is a 9. And Petrocelli will strike out to end the inning. So the Red Sox get 1, but they were looking for more. They do it on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. The Red Sox now lead it by the score of 2-1, but it's a precarious lead because anything is liable to happen, especially in inside pitch. So due up for the Brew Crew is Robin Yount. And Yount, first time up, flew to center. Rhett, 3-5. That's a possible error on a ground ball. Yount, 4-6. That is a ground ball to third. Possible error. That's a 10. Look at Petrocelli's error rating. He's only an 8, so he will make that play. Takes the tough hop and handles it with ease. 1 down, and that'll bring up center fielder Bill Sharp. Sharp unable to get that range check last time, looking to make up for it at the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a single. 6-6 is a strikeout chance, and that's not going to do it. He's a 5, -1's a 4, that's a 6, so no strikeout, but he will swing. 2-1 is a grounder to short. That's out number 2 as Burleson handles it. 2 up and 2 down. Back to the top of the order for Money. 3-3 is a range play. Go to Money. 2-6. That's a liner to first. And I don't believe there are range checks on line drives. I'm pretty sure there are not. Well, no, it says they are. Never mind. It says they are. So it's a line out. The line out itself went to first. So failed successful range play would become a, well, that's for drop flies, not line outs. Let's see. The first baseman is Cooper. His range is a 4. So if he gets this, it'll be moot point anyway. And it is. So I'm not sure how that would have played out. I'd look on the rules, but since it's within his range, he made the play, and that's going to end the inning. 3 up and 3 down go the Brew Crew. And we go to the 6th. Still 2-1 favor of the Sox. And Doug Griffin will lead off, followed by Montgomery and Cooper. Griffin doubled his last time up. 6-5 is a strikeout, and he got him. So Cooper out on strikes. That's 3 strikeouts in a row by Travers going back to last inning. And that'll bring up the DH, Bob Montgomery. We're only in the 6th, so we're not going to substitute till we get to the 7th. So Montgomery has to hit. 6-1, strikeout 10, got him. 2 down. So 4 strikeouts in a row by Travers. 2 last inning to end the last inning, and now 2 to start this inning. Here's Cooper. Travers, 5-4 is a blank. There will be no strikeout this time. Cooper, 4-6. It's a grounder to first, and George Scott will take it to the bag himself. Easy inning for Travers. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 2-1 favor of the Red Sox. And let's see. Travers can face 24 batters. He's actually tired. Did not catch that. He's actually tired, but he did not have it. He did not get into one of those roles. He's now faced 27 batters. So that might be all for Travers right there. We'll have to wait and see. I think that's going to be it for Bill Travers. But on that particular inning, he did not hit any fatigue rolls, so he's still okay. We didn't blow anything there. All right, Moret can face 28 batters, and he's good. He's only faced 19. So here's Charlie Moore. 1-6, and that's a blank to a righty. So we go to Moore. 5-1, star 4. That is going to be a ground ball to third. Petrocelli takes care of it. 1 away. With a boomer, George Scott. 5-1, strikeout chance. 10 will get him. He's an 11, -1, but that's a 10. So the boomer strikes out. 2 down. Here comes Hammer and Hank. Moret, 3-6, strikeout chance. Did not get him. Hammer and Hank gets to stay in there and swing away. 3-4, it's a grounder to third. Petrocelli will take care of it. 1-2-3 inning for Roger Moret. And we go to the 7th. It's still 2-1 favor of the Red Sox. And the Brewers will be going to their bullpen. They will be looking for relief as Bill Travers is tired. Travers is going to go 6 innings. He's going to give up 2 runs. They were both earned on 5 hits. He walked 4. And he struck out, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got him for 7 strikeouts unofficially. My little scorebook here, unofficially. For Travers, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. So Travers' day is done. And now the Brewers will go to their bullpen for Eduardo Rodriguez. Eduardo Rodriguez will come on. Right-handed action in the bullpen for the Brew Crew. And he'll be facing Juan Beniquez. And now, since we're in the 7th, substitutions can be made freely. Let's just see if what the Red Sox decide to do. Tell you, the way Beniquez has been playing, he's doubled and walked and scored. I don't think you're going to pinch hit for him. I think you're going to keep him in there, even against the righty. 2-2 is a walk. That's a 9. And he will walk. So Beniquez reaches again. This time on the leadoff walk to start the 7th inning. His attempt is a 4, -1 for the 3. And nothing's happening. Brings up Rick Burleson. Although I believe the 17 might allow him to bunt. Let's see. Bunt. Let's check the bunt chart. He's a 5 bunter. So yes, 17. He can bunt. So Rick Burleson is going to bunt via the strategy roll. He will bunt. He becomes a 4 because the corner's going to come in expecting it. And we'll roll and see what happens on that. 14, a 4 and a 14 is a good bunt by barely, just barely. 3 is the first baseman. So the first baseman makes the play. George Scott, he'll just tag out Burleson as he comes up the line. 3 unassisted on the sacrifice. 1 away, but Beniquez is now in scoring position. An insurance run, which the Red Sox would love to come across the plate. Strategy roll 1. Beniquez could try to steal third. He is an 8. Catcher, Darrell Porter. His arm is a -1 to make him a 7. 1-7 is not good odds. You've got a guy in scoring position already. They're just going to hold him up right there. So Rodriguez, 5-5. Possible error on the ground ball. 2-6. That's a fly to center field. That is out number 2. Beniquez runs at a 4. The fly to center. The factor there is you take away 2, makes him a 2. Center fielder arm, Sharp, is a -1, makes him a 1. So on a 1, he'll make it. And he does. So Beniquez makes it. Takes third base. A lot of hustle there for Beniquez. And here's Jim Rice. 2 outs, though, so it's going to require a base hit. Strategy roll for pickoff. Nothing happening. Beniquez at third, and Rodriguez facing Rice. 1-6, that's a strikeout chance. 12 will get him. So Rice strikes out to end the inning. And that'll do it for the Boston Red Sox here in the top of the 7th. Looked promising, but it faded very quickly. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. Seventh inning stretch time here at County Stadium. It is still 2-1, and games run along pretty smoothly and quickly, so I'm not going to stretch. I'm just going to keep going. And Sixto Lescano. I will stand up. That's about it, just to check things on the viewing to make sure everything is in place, and it looks like it is. Focus looks like it's still good. All right. So Sixto Lescano starts the bottom of the seventh for the Brewers. He's 1 for 2. Moret 3-4, and that is a home run chance to a lefty, but to a righty it is blank. Lescano 6-1, single to left field. So Sixto Lescano singles to left field. He will single to left. His attempt is a 2. 20, chance for a pickoff from Moret, 1-4. 18 he got back. So here comes Darryl Porter. Now do you pinch hit for Darryl Porter here? He's 0 for 2. He's only a .232 hitter. And you got lots of guys on the bench, particularly right-handed guys on the bench that might be better hitters. Let's see who they might want to go to. And I believe their backup catcher is Charlie Moore. Yep, so they could bring in Charlie Moore from right field and have him catch for Porter. You lose something defensively, but you gain something back offensively. But you know what? Porter's got good power. So you know what? We're going to leave him in there. Change that. Cancel that substitution. They're going to leave him in there. Moret to Porter. 5-1. Strikeout chance. 11 is going to get him. So unfortunately for Porter, he will strike out. Maybe they should have pinch hit for him. Second guessers can talk about it all they want. Now Garcia, he's a really good defensive player. Not very good hitter. But you're down 1 in the 7th, so you might be thinking along the lines of a pinch hitter. They could use Bobby Sheldon to play second if we have somebody else hit for Garcia. But actually the bench for the Brewers is pretty meh. Bobby Mitchell's .249 average is the best they have. Garcia on the day is 0 for 2, but he is right-handed. So they're going to stick with Garcia, I think. They call off the pinch hitter again. That's another 20, so chance of a pickoff. And he gets back in time. Here's Garcia. Moret to Garcia. 5-4 is a possible error on a throw. 6-4, and that is a ground ball to short, and that's a 1, so you know it's going to be an error on a throw. Question is the throw going to second or to first? Well, we've got to check double play category. He's a 4. And let's see. Let's roll the dice and see if they get, and halfway makes them a 5. And I believe the pivot at second is a 0. Yes, it is. 1-5. Yep, they're going to go for the double play. So the throw goes to second base. So Burleson is going to make the error on the throw. Griffin, his range to receive the throw is a 2. So he needs a 1 or a 2 to stop this. Can't get it. It's going to get by him. So now let's check the chart and do the tabulations on errors on throws on a ground ball. All right. It says, if possible, double play check for throwing errors on the fielder first and then the pivot man. All right, well, the fielder already made the errors, so, and we've already checked the pivot man as well for his range. Let's see, because the thrower made the error, didn't have to check the pivot guy. Roll 1d6, check against the range of the errant throw receiver. We did that. If higher than his range, step 2. Step 2 says roll 1d6, check against all runners, including the hitter. If higher than the hitter or runner BR, they hold. Otherwise, they get an extra base. Okay. Sixto Lescano is a 3. Garcia is a 4. So if we roll a 1 or 2, let me see here. Is that what we said? 1 or 2? 1, 2, or 3, they hold. Anything else? I'm sorry, 1, 2, or 3, they advance. 4, 5, or 6, they hold. Is that right? If higher than, yeah, so it's got to be higher than the 3 there. So a 4, 5, or 6, they're going to hold up. And they do. So Lascano gets the, just gets the base there. Let's see, do they get the extra base? I think they get the extra base here. Let's see, if higher than base runner, they hold. Otherwise, they get an extra base. All right, so it's a bad throw, but they don't get to move up the extra base. There's going to be at first and second. I think that's the way it was interpreted. It's going to go as an E6. And that's the first error of the game for either team. And now it puts runners at first and second with 1 out for Robin Yount. Red Sox bullpen got some activity down there as right-handed action in the bullpen. Jim Willoughby loosening in the pen for the Red Sox. Moret 1. Lascano's not going anywhere. So Moret to Yount. 2-3 is a blank. Yount. Whoops, Suadice. We'll re-roll that. Yount. 3-3. Ground ball to short. Possible double play. He's a 2. Infield's halfway is a 3. We already know the pivot is a 0. 1-3 is a double play. And it is. Double play is going to end the inning. So the error ends up not hurting the Red Sox as they turn a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So for the Brewers, no runs, a hit, 1 error, and 1 left. 7 innings in the books. Still 2-1 Red Sox as they're hanging on by a thread. And Rodriguez comes out for his second inning of work. He could face 10 batters. He's only faced 4, so he's in good shape as far as fatigue is concerned. And due up for the Red Sox, it is Carlton Fisk. Top of the 8th, 2-1 Boston. Rodriguez 4-5. That is a range play at the stadium. 1-4. That is a single to left, but it's a range check for the left fielder, Charlie Moore. And Charlie Moore's range in left field is only a 2. Has to be a 1 or a 2 to make the play. He cannot. It's going to be a base hit. Will it be a single or a double? It's a single. So Fisk with a leadoff single as Charlie Moore was unable to get to it. Brings up Petrocelli. Nothing on strategy. Rodriguez 1-2. That's a ballpark card again. Four, 5, and I think I shouldn't have rolled to see if it was a double or not because it was an S7 here, so that was my mistake. Fortunately, it didn't do anything. All right, so 4-5 this time around on the ballpark is a star 1, which is a fly to left field, 1 away. I was thinking the 1-4 was on the batter's card. The 1-4 was actually on the stadium card. So, but as it turned out, he didn't get the extra base. So, no harm, no foul, as they say. Nothing on strategy. Here's Doug Griffin. And with the lead, let's see, do they stick with Griffin or not? You know what? Since they got a righty on the mound now, they're going to pull Doug Griffin and bring in, well, Denny Doyle is worse, though. He has a range of 1. That's terrible. I thought he had a better range than that. But they could go for a better hitter, obviously, and then put in, you know what? They can't afford to have Doyle out there with a 1 range. They're going to stick with Griffin. They just don't have any choice. Rodriguez, 3-6, strikeout plus, got him. So Griffin is out for out number 2. But since they had the lead, you are playing percentages there. Now, Montgomery, they will pull him from the DH slot. He will get pulled from the DH slot, and they will pinch hit with Yaz. So Yaz is going to do the pinch hitting. And he'll take over as DH for Montgomery. So Yastrzemski coming in as the DH with 2 outs and a runner at first. Rodriguez. Strategy, nothing happening. Rodriguez to Yaz. 3-5 is a blank. We go to Yastrzemski. 2-6 fly to right field. That's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Red Sox here in the 8th. Rodriguez does his job. And let's see what we got here. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left is what we have. Bottom of the 8th we go. Moret now has faced 26 batters, so he's on the verge of being tired. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. And Yaz, of course, will stay in the game to beat DH. So Bill Sharp is going to lead off for the Brewers. 1 for 2. Who do they have on the... Like I said, their bench is not exactly shouting at you to bring in a substitute. But Gorman Thomas does have power. His average is down, but he hits lefties a lot better than righties. So they're going to pinch hit with Gorman Thomas. Thomas will stay in the game to play center field for Sharp. So Thomas is your new batter for the Brew Crew. He is the pinch hitter coming in for Sharp. And they're kind of trying to just hit lightning in a bottle with his power to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Moret, 2-1. That's a walk plus chance by bringing in a righty. It would have been a blank to a lefty. Walk plus chance, and he will walk. So Gorman Thomas does draw the leadoff walk. So the tying run is now on base. And here comes Don Money. He is batter number 28. Red Sox bullpen. Jim Willoughby is ready, willing, and able. And they're going to make that move. Roger Moret will be pulled. And Jim Willoughby will be the new pitcher. Moret can win it, but he cannot lose it. So Jim Willoughby is your new pitcher. Moret, a solid outing for sure. 7 plus innings. And he gave up just 5 hits and 1 run, which was earned. He walked 2, and he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got him for unofficially. So unofficially, I've got him for 7 plus innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 4 Ks. So that's where we stand. Jim Willoughby in now to face Don Money. Strategy roll for Thomas. Nothing happening. Infield is halfway. Willoughby, 4-3. That is a strikeout plus, and he got him. Boy, that's a huge strikeout there for Willoughby. Bringing that fresh arm seemed to have helped. Here's Charlie Moore, right fielder. Nothing on the strategy. Moore is 1 for 3 on the game. Willoughby, 2-4. That's a walk chance, and he will walk him. So not what you want there from your relief pitcher. But he does issue the free pass, and now Gorman Thomas will mosey to second base. He is the tying run for the Boomer, George Scott. This is where the rubber meets the road right here. Not going to roll strategy because Thomas can't steal third, or they're not going to have him try to steal third. So Willoughby will just pitch 1-2. That's the ballpark card going to County Stadium right here for George Scott. 4-4, and that is a rare play. Wouldn't you know it? Finally get a rare play with runners on base. So rare play with runners on base. And that's a 31. So we go over here to 31 with less than 2 outs. Yes, there are. Shallow fly to left. Resolve as an F7 range play. If left fielder does not catch the ball, the lead runner gets a late break attempting to advance to the next base. Roll 1d6 versus the BR plus the left fielder's arm. If higher, runner out, otherwise he is safe. Okay, so shallow fly to left. We got a shallow fly to left. Let me check the focus now that I moved that chart out of the way. Make sure that didn't ruin my focus. It did not. Okay, so it's a fly ball to left. That's the first thing to do. Shallow fly to left. Jim Rice is a 2. His range is a 2. All right, that is a failed range play. So it says if he does not catch the ball, Lead runner gets a late break attempting to advance next base. Roll 1d6 versus the base running rating and the arm. All right, Jim Rice's arm is a +1. Thomas is a 3. So a 1 to 4, he'll make it. It's a 5. He's going to be out on the force play. Wow. That's going to go 7 to 5 on the force play. George Scott will not actually get credit for a hit. It'll be a fielder's choice to the left fielder. How many times you see that? That's why it's in the rare play section, I guess. It's going to go 7 to 5. That's out number 2. Moore will take third. But now there are 2 outs, and what a break that was there. That Gorman Thomas got such a late break on that. And now it's Hammer and Hank, but do you dare pinch hit for Hank Aaron? That's the question. Left-handers on the bench. They do have Mike Hegan, who's a better hitter at 251, but is it sacrilege to pinch hit? Or Bob Shelton, who's a 287 hitter, but is it sacrilege to pinch hit for Hank Aaron? Well, I don't think so, because they're trying to win the game. So Bob Shelton's going to come on and pinch hit. He's a lefty, and he's got a much better average. Much better average. And they need a clutch 2-out hit if they can get it. Sheldon will stay in the game to be the DH. So this is it right here for the Brewers. They are taking out the legend and trying to get that run home to tie the game. No strategy roll. We're not going to worry about that because he can't steal and there's no wild pitches, no pickoffs. So just a straight pitch by Willoughby. 4-3, and that's a blank to a lefty. Boy, against a righty, that would have been a strikeout plus, and Hammer and Hank would have been done for. So at least initially, you get a second chance with Sheldon. 6-4, it's a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So he still made the out, but at least there was no strikeout involved. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the 9th. Still 2-1 favor of the Red Sox. That's all for Willoughby. They will bring in Dick Drago to try to close the deal in the 9th. We'll check on Rodriguez and see how much juice he has left. He has faced 9 batters. He can face 10, so I think they're going to pull him as well. Let's double check all of this, but I think that's what they're going to do. They will. So coming on to pitch for the Brewers is their closer, Tom Murphy. And in the top of the 9th, if you're losing, there's no save anymore, so might as well bring him in. Might as well go with the best you got. And that's Tom Murphy. So Murphy is on. Get the numbers on Rodriguez. He went 2 innings, gave up a hit, no runs, walked 1 and struck out 2. So nice outing there. And now leading things off for the Red Sox is Cecil Cooper, followed by Beniquez and Burleson. So they could have went to a lefty, but they figured their better pitcher is Murphy. Lefty or righty, doesn't matter. They're going with the best they got. So Murphy pitching to Cooper. 6-1, strikeout chance, 10, too high. Go to Cooper. 3-4, it's a fly to right field. 1 away is put out away out there by Lascano. 1 down, and we go to the top of the order for Beniquez. Now, do they want to bring in Freddie Lynn? They're going to pinch hit with Freddie Lynn, I think, in this situation. So Fred Lynn will be coming on to pinch hit, and he'll stay in the game to play center field. Beniquez was mainly in there against the lefty, and now the righty's in there. They're going with Freddie Lynn. So Freddie Lynn is in there as a pinch hitter against Mr. Murphy. 5-2 is the ballpark card going to County Stadium. 5-3, that's a star 2, which is a ground ball to second for out number 2. So Lynn makes the out. 2 down for Rick Burleson. You're not going to take him out. He's a good defender. You need that good defense at short. 4-4 is a blank. Burleson. 5-2. It's a fly to left to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Red Sox in the top of the ninth. Murphy gets them 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for the Brew Crew. And they'll have to do it against Dick Drago. He will be coming on to try to save it for the Red Sox. Willoughby went 1 inning. Gave up no hits or runs. He did walk 2 and struck out 1. So Dick Drago is your new pitcher here in the ninth. Dick Drago. New center fielder is, of course, Freddie Lynn. And now coming up for the Brewers is Lascano, Porter, and Garcia. They will pinch hit for Garcia for sure. They will leave Porter in there, but Lascano will lead things off against Dick Drago. 6-4, and that's an automatic out against the right-hander. And it's going to be a ground ball to short. So Burleson makes the play, 1 away. Brewers down to their final 2 outs. Here's Darryl Porter. He's got some pop. He could tie the game with 1 swing of the bat. Drago, 6-4. Same role, but this time facing a lefty, it's a blank. So Porter gets a chance. 1-2, question mark 7, but it only goes to 9. But that's a 1, so it's a base hit for Darryl Porter. 1 out single for Porter. The tying run is on base, and Pedro Garcia is going to be called back, and they're going to have Mike Hegan pinch hit. They need the offense. They'll worry about the defense later. So Mike Hegan is going to pinch hit for Garcia. And see what he can do against Dick Drago. Strategy roll for Porter, nothing happening. Drago, 1-4. That's a home run question mark against a lefty. 1-19. That passes as a 19. Hegan is a 9. A 1-9, and this ball game is over on a walk-off pinch hit home run from Mike Hegan on a 1-9. It is a 9. It is long, and it is gone. And that is your ball game. The Brew Crew mobbing Mike Hegan, and Dick Drago just tucks tail and runs. And the Brew Crew just mobbing Mike Hegan at the plate. A walk-off pinch hit 2-run homer in the bottom of the ninth. Talk about ninth inning magic. The Brewers have done it. They win it by the score of 3-2, and they put a big damper into the Red Sox playoff push. Sox now drop 2.5 back. So let me pause the video and get you set up for the rest of this game totals, and then also set up for next Saturday. All right, we are back, and Tabby has even chimed in now after all that activity. I've left the D20 right where it is for Boston fans, and I've also left it. Mike Hegan is Dick Drago's daddy, and so I've got him crushing Dick Drago right there. Final line score for the Brewers: 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. For the Red Sox, 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Winning pitcher is Tom Murphy. Losing pitcher is Dick Drago. And we'll look at the standings and see what that does now. With Boston's loss, they drop 2.5 back of the Yankees, depending on what they do with the Orioles. But they're playing each other, so they're going to lose ground to one of those 2 teams. So even if the Orioles win, they're still going to drop, because the Orioles will take the Yankees' place, and they'd be 2.5 behind the Yankees and 3 games back of the Orioles. So it doesn't really matter. You probably see Tabby's tail sticking up at the last minute. I'm not sure why she does that. I guess because she wants me to bet her head. But Tabby, I don't think anybody wants to see your backside. So if you want to make an appearance, that's okay. Just don't show the wrong side. That's all. Let's show this side. Let's show this side. Oh, now you're messing up everything. All right, time for you to go. All right, time for you to go. Can't play nicely with others, and it's time to go. All right, so all that got messed all over the place. So looking at the standings with that updated game, I mean, Milwaukee wins, but they're irrelevant. So Boston drops to 79-60, 2.5 games back. Next week, we're going to be at Wrigley Field in Chicago. You say, why in the world are you showing the Cubs? Well, because they're playing the Phillies. So we're going to have the Phillies, who are currently holding a 2-game lead on Pittsburgh. They will be facing the Cubs from Wrigley Field. I believe the pitching matchup is Tom Underwood and Ray Burris, but don't hold me to it. But I believe that's the game for next Saturday. I'm trying to get my schedules correct. That's either next Saturday or Saturday after that, but I think it's next Saturday. So that's what I'm at least going to plan on. Of course, I'm going to sim the games throughout the week, and if something happens with the standings that seems like another game would be better to show, I'll do that. But the tentative plan right now is Philadelphia at Chicago next week. So the hero of the game tonight, or today rather, is Mike Hegan, his 2-run pinch hit homer, as he has a 9 here. 2-run pinch hit homer, and right on the number, as he walks it off and walks the Red Sox off on this Saturday afternoon. So, 9th inning magic strikes again in inside pitch. You never know what's going to happen. Try to manage it fairly for both teams, and just the dice have their own ideas. So, that's going to do it from here. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of Inside Pitch. Again, apologize that this had to be a recording, but I'm not going to be here Saturday at home. I'm going to be away. So, it was either that or not record a game, not do a game one way or the other, or either do it Saturday night, which didn't make any sense. So that's what we get. And like I said, I will try to come in and chat with you guys, but I may be away where I'm not able to sit there on my phone and watch this. I may have to just check in periodically and say hello, but I don't know. But the point is, you guys can chat, and hopefully you enjoyed an exciting ball game from County Stadium. So let's go do it from here. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.